Hey, what's up guys? My name is Lucky Ducky and welcome back to another video. Before we begin, I would like to apologize for not uploading for an entire month. I've been busy with real life stuff, but I'm glad to say that I am officially back with another video. Today we're going to be doing Samurai's Palace. Samurai Palace is quite a nice dungeon. It's a dungeon I truly enjoyed, and today I'm going to teach you guys tips and tricks about it. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, the dungeon does require level 90, but if you want to do greater difficulty, you'll need level 95. Also, to do the next dungeon following that, you'll need level 100, which can be a big milestone for a lot of players. So you're getting near that milestone, so let me help you out how to get there. So, Samurai Palace is the first dungeon that contains a speed spell, which I'll explain later in the video. First, we'll load up basically an insane, create a lobby, and we'll begin it. While we load up, we can go down here to look at Samurai Palace. The recommended HP is 90,000 for Insane and 120,000 for Nightmare. For this dungeon, the class I recommend would be Warrior. Both classes have a speed spell, but I will explain further why the Warrior class is better. Now let's go ahead and load in, and I'll be explaining everything as we go. Now, as this dungeon is obviously, it has a total of 3 bosses. I think these bosses are pretty epic, pretty enjoyable. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now that we're loading in. Now, this dungeon has 4 types of mobs, but 2 of those are only in bosses that I'll show you soon. Now remember, if you're lagging, you can always turn show on abilities, and you can even turn off the music, but I'm going to keep it on. So once we start the dungeon, we basically enter this nice little place. Honestly, if you ask me, this is a really good made dungeon. I really like it. We come over these samurais, the classic swordsmen and the classic shooters. As you know in the previous videos that we've done, you know how to deal with them, shooting them with spells and constantly going back with shift lock. Shift lock is going to start becoming essential. Now let's go ahead and eliminate these mobs and we'll go into the next room. Once we enter into the next room, we're here within 2 groups. Make sure to dodge them going sideways and attacking them. I don't recommend you fighting those both groups at the same time unless you're in a rush. It can be a lot easier if you just take it one at a time. Once you go ahead and eliminate them, you can go on to the next room. Also, a reminder for players, if you not do this in hardcore, non-hardcore is your best friend because you can respawn by only losing 10 seconds, and this can make the dungeon a lot easier. So once we eliminate these mobs, what you can do for these swordsmen is you can go behind the wall. Well, can't do this for the shuriken throwers, but you can do this for the swordsmen. You can go right here and shoot them from right here, and boom, you can hit them right as well, and and the swordsman can't do anything new. That's a little tip and trick for you. Now, the first boss is like a more complicated version of the King's Castle boss. If you want to practice that one before you do this one more often, I definitely recommend that. It's basically the lines, but the lines can go sideways and everywhere. And here is the third type of mob. It's basically an elite swordsman, which does a circle around you as soon as it reaches you. Fighting these guys is not worth it because if you defeat them, you will get an abysmal low amount of XP, 50 if you're not VIP, and 60 if you are. What you need to do is basically go around and use your speed spells around the boss so you can keep dodging it. Or if you don't have speed spells, just keep focusing on him and grabbing your good range. You should get the hang of it after a while. Next up is this room. Basically, with this room, you'll need to do the following. These swordsmen will likely come, but don't worry, shift lock can help you. What you can do is also trap them in this wall. Right here, you can shoot them from here. There are spells here. There's definitely spells that will have enough range. And once you hit them, obviously my sword won't reach them. Well, I did there. but spells will definitely reach them, and this will help you fight them. Now, mages alone is the easiest thing. Just walk sideways like this, and you can attack, attack, attack. I did mess up a little bit there. Watch me just do it like that, and it becomes super simple. You can easily dodge them going in circles, and you can do it effortlessly. Now there's a room separating the warriors and mages. I recommend going for the swordsman first. Now, once we go ahead and head here for the swordsman will start following us. You can sort of glitch it around here, shooting them, and by sort of, they might clip through and go around here, so make sure to be careful with that. Now, for the mages here, just go around. Same thing I said last time, just keep going sideways and boom. Hit, you can't hit me. I will keep going in circles, and they will never be able to hit me. For this ancient golem guardian, there was this old glitch, maybe y'all should try, which is going around before triggering the boss. Let me assure if it works. It does not anymore. So basically what it was is that you could climb around the wall. It seems you can't anymore. All he does is just throw a bunch of meteors and then he smashes into the ground and that leaves it there. Make sure you're not in the middle of that or the slams, or you will take tremendous amounts of damage. Besides that, that's pretty much it. Now we're heading to the home stretch. Here is going to be regular mobs with swordsmen and mages. You shouldn't be much of a problem. Just the classic stuff. You should be able to deal with it pretty easily, regardless of your plan. You go ahead and eliminate them here. And then you go here. There's 2 groups of mobs left. So let's go ahead and eliminate these. And you do these, which they're going to shoot. Remember to dodge out of the way and deal with the swordsmen and the mages at the same time. And you should be able to deal with them with ease. Now you have reached Miyamoto Maosai. I think that's how it's spelled. Apologies if I didn't spell it right. I recommend walking sideways as soon as it starts because he shoots like this. Now, here's where the force mob comes into play. The force mob is an absolute menace because it will spawn and do a flame cyclone to the nearest player. Obviously, I'm not taking much damage because I'm a high level. But if you're a Samurai Palace player, this will elite. So dodge this at all costs. You'll be able to see him through the smoke. So stay out of the range, and don't worry, it will despawn after a bit of time. Besides that, he basically just repeats the pattern of attacks of attacking over and lines with you pretty easily. As long as you dodge those with ease and stay away from the minion, you should be able to deal with them easily. Right, like here. Great, now let's talk the class while we load back. Now the classes here is Warrior and Mage. I personally said Warrior. Here's the reason why. Let's go over the spells. For Warrior, we have Berserk and Lava Lash. And Flame Cyclone, the important one. Now for Mage, we got Hand Cannon, Earth Clap, Enchanted Shuriken, Ghostly Rampage, and Illusion Blast. There is more Mage spells, so if you want to go Mage here, no problem. It's good as well. It's pretty good as well. So let me rate the spells of each other. Berserk. Berserk is a really good hitting spell, but the problem is it's short range. So I don't recommend you use the spell. Well, unless it's like the only spell you have here, then use it. Next is Lava Lash. Lava Lash basically does a dash forward of lava, which I think is a huge damage hitting from forward. And we got a fan here. Now continuing with this goes with the mage one, which is Hand Cannon. And Hand Cannon is a very bad spell. It does super low range and everything. You should definitely not focus on that. So something that you should get instead is Earth Clap. Earth Clap is a lot better. It does a huge range and you can hit pretty well all the enemies, so you should be able to handle it handle the mob pretty well. Now, for the next spell would be Enchanted Shuriken. If you know how to do shift lock, this spell would be perfect to do a giant attack forward and back. It's pretty cool, and it should do huge amount of damage for mage. For insane, mage is better, but if you're going for one for both, just go warrior. Because here's when it comes important: the speed spells. For warrior, it's flame cyclone, that minion move. It is crazy that goes around, and is slightly longer than the mage one. That's why warrior is better. But mage is still good with illusion blast. You basically both gain a small amount of speed during this. You can also use ghostly rampage for warrior. This does not provide speed, but this provides a bit more damage. Though I recommend illusion blast if you're going for mage. Now, as always, this one has its common collector sets. I really like these collector sets. They look pretty beautiful. And cosmetic is still here as always. I'm not a big fan of the cosmetic, but I am a big fan of its legendaries. The legendaries are so cool. They're quite awesome. Especially even as like the second best weapon, like the Gurubi Greatsword. Now, that's about it for the spells. Now, if you need to know how to upgrade items, you can always hit here in the upgrade section, like you should know. And you can start upgrading any item you need here. For example, let's grab this Blind Skin Mage Helmet. This is a Mage Helmet. So, where do you guys think you should upgrade it? If you said physical or health, you are wrong. It is spell. You should upgrade it on the class what it is. If it's Guardian, upgrade on health. If it's spell, upgrade on spell. And if it's physical or warrior, like warrior here, like one of the collectibles I have right here, it's on physical. Because that's how you maximize this damage. Now, if you're needing HP, and say why not upgrade on HP, armor on HP, what you need to upgrade it is right here on your skill points. This is where everyone does it. So yeah, that's about it for the dungeon. We can also do it on wave defense. This is the second last dungeon you can do on wave defense, unfortunately. Another day we'll be doing the next dungeon, which will be the last one on wave defense. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lucky Ducky. Have a wonderful day, everyone. What up, my friends? Have a great day. Make sure to subscribe.